about once a month, I give our church something that I call the build update. If you're new with us, and there's about 1,000 new people attending our church in a given month, which is a lot of new people, and you might be watching online because somebody shared that with you. A couple of years ago, we were growing as a church, and I came to our church and said, hey, we need to build, we need to expand, we need to make room for more. And so I came to our church and said, would you pray about over a 2-year period giving above and beyond what you normally give to help make room for more? And what that meant was that we would double the size of the building here at Castle Pines, and we would prepare to launch future locations of our church. So people prayed over a season and then came back and made commitments or pledges toward that. And over a 2-year period, our church committed to give $9,121,469.50 toward this project, which is incredible. Yeah, you could cheer for that. As of today, $8,935,175.30 has been given. That's incredible. And the reason why I share this with you is that there are hundreds of families that have given and sacrificed over these last 2 years. So I give an update so that people can be encouraged, they can see where we are. It's a 2-year period that's wrapping up. It wraps up at the end of March 2024. So that means that we're about $186,294.20 away from that original pledge. And some of you have already completed that commitment. Some of you have given and you never made a commitment. That's fantastic. Maybe you're like me, my family, we're trying to wrap up our commitment. So I just want to encourage you to do that. Do what God told you to do, because every dollar that's given is used to help make room for more. Part of that was to expand the building here at Castle Pines, and you know that. And maybe if you're new, I know it's cold today, it's a little bit smaller crowd today, but if you've been sitting in overflow, you might have been asking this question, which I get asked every week: why didn't we build this bigger? Because there's people everywhere. And there are 2 answers to that question. We built the largest building that we could build on this piece of property. Because of zoning issues, the county said, hey, this is the largest building that you can build on this piece of property. So we did. But the second and the more important answer is that strategically, as a church, it's always been our desire to be one church that meets in multiple locations. And one of the reasons for that is that we want to go to people. We think most people want to go to a church that's in their neighborhood, where their schools are, where their homes are. So we want to go to people and help build Journey family churches in different communities around us. And the second reason is I really believe that most people want to go to a church that's large enough to make a difference, but small enough to be known. I think most people want to be a part of a movement, something that's happening, we're making a difference together, but I also want to be a part of a church that I walk in, it feels more like family. Like I know people, I'm connected in relationships with people. I'm not just attending an event. Like I'm part of a church family. So that's what we're going to be trying to do. We've launched a location in Highlands Ranch. It meets at a school. Eventually it'll have its own permanent location, hundreds of people gathering there. And we're preparing to launch a Parker location just east of here at the corner of Stroh and Parker. We're going to be launching that at Lehman Academy. It's going to be on Sunday, February 25th. That'll be our first public gathering there. We have 189 people who've already committed to say, hey, I'm going to go be part of that launch team. We really need about 300 people to help us to launch that. We know that about that size will help that really get off on a great foot, and the serve team that we need and those kinds of things. So here's what I'm asking is, over the next couple of weeks, would you pray and just ask God, am I supposed to be a part of that? God will send us everybody we need to launch that. And so if you would be open and just say, God, am I supposed to be part of that? Maybe you live in the Parker area. Maybe you like to start new things. Maybe God's trying to stir you up to do something else. And so I just want to encourage you to ask God. And if God says no, that's fine. Then stay where you are. If you're here at Castle Pines, great. If you're there at Highlands Ranch, great. Just stay in the place where God wants you to be. And we'll just keep trying to make room for more. Just keep trying to help people find their way home to God, okay?